welcome back to this Monday morning edition to the Summit Sunrise. I'm here with Peter from the Sound Room over in Frisco, and today we're talking about different ways you can kind of maybe upgrade your entertainment system. Now,
absolutely.
There's so many options.
There's a lot of options, and one of the great features out there is a Blu-ray player. Kind of converted from a regular DVD player to something more high definition, so it supports all the new TVs. But a lot of people don't know about a Blu-ray player, that it also plays still your CDs, but also your old DVDs. So it's not necessarily something that's just plays that Blu-ray. There's a lot more that's out there that will actually play through it.
Now, what is the difference in terms of having a Blu-ray player and just a regular, DVD player?
The nice thing about a Blu-ray player that it incorporates a lot more features.
Well, and I think we're gonna make sure that your mic is on.
All right.
There we go. Always good to, when you're talking about audio-visual things, to have an actual audio-visual issue.
Yeah, and we do it on the fly.
Well, you know what? It is live TV, so I think that's the best way to show people that it is live. But either way, getting back, so there's just a big difference in quality, I know, in sound and the overall viewer experience.
There is. And that Blu-ray player has a lot of features that actually incorporated online features. So you can play back your movies that are online. You can play back the music that's online. So it's a great all-in-one box that incorporates all those features, which makes it just more than just a DVD player. It's a lot of fun. It's a gateway to a lot of things out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I know you guys, you sell actual Blu-ray players right in the store.
We do.
So is it a good time kind of to come by the showroom and you can actually see the difference in the quality, I'm sure?
There is. Yeah, we still have the regular DVD players. Some people have let's say an older style TV still that not necessarily supports a Blu-ray player, so they could hook up the DVD player still. So you can pretty much show off the difference between the DVD player and the Blu-ray player. So get it from the lower quality up to the higher quality, where you really see how the movie is meant to be. I guess that's the key point. So the DVD player is nice, but it's all compressed. So it's pretty much a format that is kind of incorporating the lower quality because they didn't have enough space on the DVD disc. Now they have the Blu-ray format, and now they can actually show you the uncompressed format. So actually show you how the producer of the movie wanted you to see that movie and all the quality of the video, but also the audio, which is a big difference as well. A lot of people don't realize that it also enhances the audio as well, not only the video. And
I think that's a good segue to talking about things like surround sound, because if you're going to go for a Blu-ray player, you don't want just half of the experience. You know, you do want to see it the way that the director and the producer and all the sound guys wanted it to sound.
Absolutely.
So obviously, surround sound is something you guys can hook up as well.
We can. And a good thing to realize is that the surround sound requires a number of speakers. It's not the left and the right speakers. It's, like I said, it surrounds, so it surrounds you. So there's also a set of speakers that are typically either on the side or behind you. Just having those speakers doesn't mean you have necessarily surround sound. We talked about the producer. They want you to listen and hear certain things coming out of that movie. And it's only there when the producer wants you to hear, let's say there's a plane flying by, or there's an action scene going on, and there's rumbling in the background, or a shooting scene, or anything like that. So it really gets you into that movie. But what we pretty much educate people when we set up the surround sound, because we set it up and then we have the speaker in the back. And the first thing that clients do, and I always found that pretty funny, they go to that speaker and listen to see if there's music coming out of that speaker or sound. But it's only when the producer wants you to hear music out of that speaker. So that really gets you in the middle of that action scene or whatever is going on, and that's a great experience.
Exactly.
And it stands and falls with the right setup, because a lot of those features need the right setup to experience that surround sound the way it's
the way it's meant to be.
Meant to be, exactly. Yeah.
Well, and then you think of, you know, back in the 80s when you had big sound systems and it meant having speakers that were literally the size of a small child.
Right,
and now, you know, if you're going to be doing multiple speakers in your home, it's so easy to keep them hidden. They're a lot smaller than I think people think. Very low profile. Easy to kind of camouflage into the setup that you already have, you know, in your living room or dining room area.
Right.
So it's pretty seamless integration, I think.
It is. And that's a key point that you bring up, where people like to have the surround sound but also want a clean setup. Some people like the taller speakers because they like to listen to a stereo, just stereo music, where they like the high quality with the 2 speakers. But the integration of that, for instance, in a piece of furniture where it's behind speaker cloth, where you don't necessarily see the speakers, but they're there, they're prominent. The same thing, which is a nice integration we can do, is hide those speakers in the wall. Put them in the wall, you paint them in the same color as the wall, they blend in with the environment.
Very good.
It's a nice clean setup, but still good sound.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So it sounds like there are just so many different options, and kind of we're scrolling through some B-roll of other setups, kind of to give you an idea of how it can look a little bit more professional, a little bit more put together, and especially whether, you know, you have a home up here or a rental property. I think that's something we've always talked about. Absolutely. Increasing the value of what you have is a pretty good way to kind of integrate maybe more electronics, and especially in the entertainment kind of center.
Right.
Nice.
And the integration with that in the environment, in the interior, but also the setup of how to set it up and the people know how to use it. I guess that's important too, because you have a lot of features once again on the Blu-ray player, and people get kind of lost in all those features. And a lot of times they buy a Blu-ray player, no matter if it's for a store or somewhere else, but they don't really know how to incorporate that and how to use all those features, and a lot of times they don't know that they're there. So that's something we do as well. Take them by the hand, make sure it works right, and they enjoy the system. That's important too.
Well, I think there's nothing more frustrating than when you get, you know, new electronics or gadgetry, and you're sitting there and you've got the manual, but you have no personal support, and you can feel a little bit lost and stranded. And I think that's why it's so important, as opposed to going to those big box stores down in Denver where you're not going to really have any sort of follow-up or customer support. Why not buy local and have someone that's right there willing to help you in case there's an electronic meltdown or you just get confused. So it makes it pretty simple. So remind people one more time where your showroom is on Main Street.
We're in Frisco on Main Street, 49 Main Street. So that's in the Frisco Mall.
Perfect.
And at this point we've got a couple of promotions going on. One of them is the Blu-ray player we talked about. And then we have the 3D setup, when people can sit down and experience that 3D setup if they haven't seen it, and we can educate people on how it all ties together and how we can help them out to actually accomplish that 3D experience. And then also what we have is it's for people that really are into the stereo setup, that like to sit down and create some of a surround sound with just 2 speakers. So it's kind of a different experience, but it's definitely possible. It's really cool. We have that set up as well, and we have a promotion on that piece as well, which is awesome. People should check that out. It's beautiful.
It sounds like something you definitely have to go and check out in person. So you can find them at the Frisco Mall, right there off of Main Street in Frisco. And also you can find them online, website and phone number right there on the screen. So if you're interested in getting a Blu-ray player, maybe you want to kind of up your entertainment system, get some surround sound going, well, the folks over at the Sound Room would be happy to help. And like I said, they'll hold your hand in a good way and kind of guide you through the entire process. So Peter, thanks so much for coming on this morning.
Thank you so much.
We are going to take a quick break. We got lots more Summit Sunrise to come, including our watch and win, which is $25 to Cowboy Pizza in Frisco.